Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel. Today is always beautiful to have you here on this channel. Today we'll continue our series on biochemical tests, and we are talking urease test this morning. Now, what's urease test? Urease test is also one of the biochemical tests that is used to try to identify different microorganisms. I've been talking about various types of tests, and it would be good to go through our channel and our videos to see some of these different kinds of tests. Now, in the urease test, the idea behind the urease test, like I said, for many of the organisms, the idea is determining if a microorganism has a particular enzyme, or if it's able to break down a particular kind of sugar. Now, in the case of urease test, we're talking about, does the microorganism have the presence of urease as an enzyme? Now, urease is an enzyme that some microorganisms have, and this enzyme urease helps the microorganisms to be able to break down urea. Urea is a complex nitrogen compound that can be found in many organisms and can be used up by many organisms as a source of fuel, as a source of nitrogen. Now, for microorganisms that have the enzyme urease, they are able to break down urea, and they break down urea into ammonia and carbon dioxide. So it's a simple test. So the idea is, if you're running the test, you're asking yourself, this microorganism, does it have the enzyme urea? Sorry, does it have the enzyme urease? And if it has the enzyme urease, then it means that the microorganism is able to break down urea, which is a complex compound that is made up of, you have both ammonium and carbon dioxide. And so when the reaction takes place, what happens is that the presence of urease in the organism helps to hydrolyze and break down urea, break it down into ammonia and carbon dioxide. Now, ammonia, we know, is alkaline in nature, basic in nature. And so when you have an acidic medium, if you have the release of alkaline or base into an acidic medium, it will, raise the pH of that medium. So if you have a medium at something like 6.8, which is slightly acidic, and then you have the release of ammonia into that medium, it changes the pH of that medium. So simply, to see if urease is present is a very, very simple test. All you need to do is create a kind of media that has that is able to has your media, sorry, a kind of media that has, yeah, that is acidic in nature, and then has an indicator. Many times we use phenol, we use phenolphthalein, or whatever indicator you want to do, but an indicator that is able to show you color change, so that when pH changes from slightly acidic to slightly basic, you are able to identify and see this pH simply by a color change. And so there are different types of agars that can be used to run this urea test. There's the Christensen's agar, which is the most common type of agar that is used. There's also our Stewart's urea broth, which is used, Christensen's agar or Stewart's urea broth. These are two types of media that are used for the urease test, and they are quite simple and easy to do. And like I said before, you want an indicator, something to show that the pH of this medium has changed from slightly acidic to slightly basic. And so in the Christensen's urea agar, which is very commonly used, you have phenol red. Phenol red is the indicator substance, the indicator agent that changes color, and it changes color to indicate and show us that a color change has occurred.